So we're down here for the third part of my day ticket series. We're fishing on Farlows on the new Lake 2, which they've just stocked with plenty of lovely fish like this one. We arrived here early this morning, I saw some fish showing, got a solid bag straight out there and had this one. So I'm going to slip him back and hopefully there'll be plenty more fish to show you. So here's the rig. I've just caught that lovely Farlows Lake 2 carp on. Quickly just going to run you through the presentation I'm using. The first bit is you're not allowed any leaders on here, so whereas I normally use lead core, I've just got my 20-pound Pro XM main line straight through. It's going to sink nicely down to the bottom anyway, so there's no real need for the leader. And then I've got a 3-ounce inline lead on there. I'm just using inline lead because I'm using a solid bag. It keeps it nice and neat so I can get everything inside that bag nice and tight. Then just got a size 8 swivel holding that on there. I'm not fishing a running rig just so I can help hook the carp a bit better. I've then got a 20-pound Trickster heavy hook link on there. It's nice and supple, so it's going to lie flat on the bottom once the bag's dissolved. I've kept it nice and short again, so it's quite easy to get it in the bag. But it's also going to mean when the carp sucks all those pellets up from the bag, the hook bait's going to go up with it as well and not be like wafting around in the water somewhere. I then got on a size 6 incisor. I always use these hooks in my solid bags to give brilliant presentations as they're so sharp, and I've lost very few fish using these as they hook them so deeply in the mouth. I've got a long bit of shrink tube on there just to help it turn and flip into the bottom lip. Again, it's going to help with the better hook holds because a lot of these fish haven't been caught that many times before, so their mouths are still quite soft. And if you use, like I say, a really big hook that's a bit blunt, it might get lots of hook pulls. I've then got a rig ring on the back of the hook, which is just going to give the bait a bit of movement so they can blow it out and then the hook turns into the bottom lip. On the hair, I've got a trimmed down Northern Special in the pink. I've trimmed it down so it's going to sink, but it also will look a bit like a pellet to one of the carp, but a bit of brighter pellet so it might get picked up inquisitively. So I'm quickly going to tie this one up in the bag, get the rod back out there, and hopefully there'll be another fish to come. So the tactics I've chosen to use on all my rods today here at Farlows Lake 2 is the solid bags. I'm using these because as the fish have been fed on pellet heavily in here to try and get them to grow, they've stopped quite small and then they've been fed on a large size pellet that I've been given today to spot out there as their natural food. I've chosen to fill my solid bags up with the CC Moore oily bag mix. This is a blend of some larger pellets, sort of 4mm sizes, with a lot of crumb and a bit of krill powder in there that I put in there. It's just going to make a lovely little pile of attraction on the bottom with my little Northern Special nestled in the middle of it. That should hopefully be good for a bite. Also, the solid bags are going to help with a lot of the silkweed that's sat on a lot of the areas out in the lake. A normal rig, so with, like I say, a little mesh bag will be caught up in all that silkweed and you probably wouldn't get a bite as the hook point's masked. But with a solid bag, you know, it's going to flatten that weed down and make sure you're well presented on top of there, giving you the best possibility of a bite. So that means I can cast around, say if I saw a fish show out in the middle of the lake, I can just quickly tie up a solid bag, cast it out there, know I'm presented and with a good chance of a bite. So I'm going to get this rod back out onto the area and hopefully there'll be a few fish to come.